So, did you just say roomie?
I did, and I don't think I've ever used that word before. Roomie. Roomie! Yeah, well, I love what you've done with the place, man. You've obviously inherited my fine eye for decor.
I'm glad you approve. So, what prompted this visit?
A visit? No, this isn't a visit. I'm moving in. Not forever. No, just for a few days. Tracy has changed the locks on me and evicted me from the Haunted Star. So unfortunately, dear old Dad has nowhere to hang his hat except on your doorstep.
Do I even want to know why?
Well, she wasn't too pleased when she found out that our marriage wasn't a marriage. It was a scam.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I know.
I mean, why on earth would she be upset that you guys were never legally married and that she's been living a lie this whole time?
I know! Why are people so hung up on a piece of paper? It doesn't make any sense to me. It has nothing to do with love.
Well, Tracy obviously thinks it does on some level.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why should a legal, legitimate marriage license make any difference? It has nothing to do with who we are or what we have, apart from financially. And you know what she did? She took all my stuff and she piled it up outside on the back lawn and she was going to burn it. She was going to burn it, man. Listen, and Alice went out there and saved some of my most treasured things.
Well, that was kind of her.
It was. The rest of it's ugly.
Wait a second, but you still own the Haunted Star, though, right? I mean, she can't actually kick you out, can she?
Well, apparently she can until I can get a high-powered attorney to fight her. Her lawyer said that because of all the money she's invested in the joint, that she's now the official owner. So, Rumi, I am now dependent on your kindness and your mercy.
I assumed you called me over to thank me again for the Michael Latte rescue.
Yeah, it was surprisingly chivalrous of you, but actually, I'm not the one.
Oh, Luke is in the building, isn't he?
Nope, just Tracy.
Oh, thank God. Your ingrate father has finally driven Tracy over the...
You gotta go out there and do something.
What do you mean? What does that have to do with me?
But Tracy's out of control. She and Luke got into this huge fight, and now she's taking out on anyone who crosses her path.
Namely us.
And since you are Luke's son, it's up to you to fix it. Oh, my God.
Wow. No pressure. So, any idea what the fight was about?
Yes, your father has finally convinced us that he is a con artist, which we already knew. He's been lying to Tracy about their marriage the entire time.
What do you mean?
Well, Luke and Tracy never did get married in Las Vegas.
Apparently, she was too drunk to remember the details, so she just bought it.
Oh.
Don't speak. I don't care what Luke told you to tell me. It's over, so just forget it. He was never my husband. He's never going to be.
I don't know what you think you're doing here, but I don't have anything for you today. That is what tends to happen when you get suspended.
Yeah, you know what? Things got a little out of hand yesterday with the chief, but this is a hospital and we're all professionals.
Which is exactly why I suspended you.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I want to apologize.
Apology accepted. But you're still on suspension. Your actions last night were completely unprofessional.
So you bring backup.
You can either leave now, or I can have security escort you out. It's your call.
Look, I'm sorry. Don't happen again. But there's patients that need me. I'm the best surgeon you have.
We work as a team here, Patrick. And I don't care how brilliant you are with a scalpel. You don't start throwing punches when you don't get your way. You're on suspension until the board says otherwise. It's out of my hands now.
Well, you're an idiot. And you're making a big mistake, and I just hope the patients aren't the one to pay the price.
was released, even before Max and I started celebrating, I petitioned for your release. Unfortunately, the federal authorities are only too thrilled to have you behind bars on a Class D felony and have no intention of letting you go.
That's fine. No, I knew the risk when I made the deal. And Michael's out. That's what I wanted. I got that.
Mm-hmm. So you are totally resigned to spending the next 2 years minimum in prison in exchange for the privilege of having protected Michael for 1 month.
Just tell me, how's Michael doing? Have you seen him since he's been released?
No, I have not. And I should tell you that things outside these walls are quickly going from bad to worse. John Zakar is openly provoking Sonny every chance he gets, and I fear it's only a matter of time before Sonny is pushed to his limit.
Michael's staying with Dante, right?
Yeah, and Dante seems adamant about adhering to the restrictions that Judge Carroll put in place for Michael's release, which means that Michael is to have limited contact with his father.
Well, Sonny's not going to go for that.
Dante isn't giving him a choice. It's a very interesting predicament that Sonny is in. One son is keeping him away from the other. Needless to say, I'm going to try and find a way to get you out of here, to keep the peace, if nothing else. Of course, Max and I could always use a reason to celebrate.
Well, I'm glad somebody's happy.
Well, having said that, I will continue to press for your release, but I would be lying if I told you to be optimistic about getting out of here anytime soon.
Look, I know it's hard for you to see me as anything else but the enemy, but I really need your help.
But Claire is the one who got the deal in place to put Jason in Pentonville and get him assigned to your cell.
And it was never my intention to put you in prison. And honestly, I'm so relieved that you've been released, but unfortunately there's a new problem that has to be dealt with.
You said something about Franco.
Yeah, he sent me a photo in the mail. It was a crime scene with a dead guy. It looked like the same stuff he had at the exhibit here in town.
And Maxie Jones also received a photo in the mail of a different crime scene. Both photos were analyzed. The first murder was in Chicago, the second one in St. Louis. Both photos were taken before the police arrived.
Okay, what does this have to do with me, though?
Well, I was just at Pentonville and I spoke with Jason, and it looks like Franco is linked to the inmate Carter who tried to kill him.
Well, how would Jason know about that?
Carter's dying words to Jason were, Franco says hi. Now I need you to tell me everything that ever happened between you and Carter.